Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from a video game con. And we're here talking to Jamal Jones. And he's going to tell us a little bit about himself.
The thing that is most important about myself that I know is that I am the author of the Mishaps of Dan comic that's been running for about 5-6 years. For anybody who knows Street Fighter, they probably know this comic and they've probably seen it before.
Very good.
Thank you.
So, what's this comic about?
If you're familiar with Dan Hibiki, he's a big joke character in the Street Fighter game series. All of the jokes are slapstick, humor. They could be sad jokes, funny jokes, painful jokes, but it comes from my extensive knowledge of playing this semi-broken, semi-frustrating fighting game for about 8 years of my life. But I prefer King of Fighters, but that's a different story.
All right. So, why this game?
Street Fighter is something that's been a part of my life for a really long time. I started taking it seriously in high school, but I've been playing Street Fighter since I was a little kid, and it's something that I know and I'm really familiar with, so writing a comic about it felt like second nature.
Sounds good. So would you say this is your favorite game out of everything, especially since we're at a game con?
No. Street Fighter is not my favorite fighting game. Like I said before, I'm an SNK fan right here. King of Fighters 13 is still my favorite fighting game of all time. That's only because I'm a big fighting game nerd. Street Fighter probably ranks at around, Street Fighter 5 ranks at around 13. Street Fighter 4, 7. I'd put Street Fighter 3 maybe third best fighting game, but I'm sorry. King of Fighters, they just know how to program a fighting game better. That makes you feel proud to do a combo.
That's true. That's very true. So you have beautiful work here. So besides this, tell us about everything else.
A lot of the other work that I do is either fan art or original artwork. A lot of my background comes from illustration and graphic design. So all of my modus operandi comes from making eye-catching work that is kinetic and moves throughout the page. So a lot of my process really starts out with drawing out shapes and actually laying out the structure and the colors and line art all based on how I want the eye to move around the page.
That's a bit different. Usually, most people just like either have a way they're going to do it or the character speaks to them, but I like what you're talking about here. And I must say, your work is very dynamic. It catches the eye, especially your Black Panther back here.
Yeah, that Black Panther actually comes in a set of 3. I also have a habit of trying to do artwork in sets of 3 and 4, because when you do sequences, it has people more engaged in what you're doing. So when you have like a set of 4, 5, 8 drawings that all have the similar art direction, people get more interested and more engaged.
That sounds pretty good, and it sounds like a good plan of attack. So now, if our fans out there want to find you and check out this amazing work, where can they do that?
There are quite a few places you can find me. There is Timber King, which is the original DeviantArt I use to find the Mishaps of Dan comic. There's also wildmoosechase.tumblr.com. And here's a funny thing. I took those 2 names because I'm not smart, and I made those when I was 18 years old, 17 years old. So you find my Twitter at wildmooseking, which is a mix of the Tumblr and the DeviantArt. And you can find my Instagram at timbermoosechase, which is a mix of the Tumblr and the DeviantArt. It's a smart business practice for a really dumb decision I made.
Well, at least you figured out how to make it work for you. And I gotta admit, Wild Moose King really seems catchy.
It's catchy in a weird, unsettling way. I'm not very proud of my Tumblr name, but I wear it like a badge because I don't feel like restarting my Tumblr anytime soon.
I kind of understand what you're saying because my Tumblr is dranix.tumblr.com. And I'm like, it flows. I like the way it sounds.
Catchier. That's way catchier. See, I feel like you thought about that more than I did. I didn't think about my Tumblr name.
I have to admit, I did think about it. It was like, hey, I like dragons. I like Phoenix. Dranix.
That is actually incredibly inventive.
I appreciate that. So, do yourself a favor. Check out Jamal Jones. And make sure to catch his beautiful work. And maybe hit him up for Street Fighter. All right?
Catch me on the internet. All right.